Welcome back, science enthusiasts. Today, we're unraveling one of nature's cutest and most puzzling defense strategies, the hedgehog curl. We've all seen it, a tiny, innocent creature transforms into an impenetrable, spiky sphere. But is this adorable maneuver truly the ultimate protection? From the biomechanics of their muscle contractions to the hilarious fails in a domestic setting, we're going to explore why sometimes, even the best defenses can still get you into a prickly pickle. Get ready for some spiky science. So, why do hedgehogs curl? It's a primal instinct, honed over millions of years to deter predators. When threatened, these little guys don't run, they hunker down. This isn't just a random act, it's a sophisticated, involuntary response, triggering a complex sequence of muscle contractions. Imagine being a small, slow-moving creature with limited flight options. Your best bet is to become unappealing, uncomfortable, and frankly, a bit painful to mess with. That's the hedgehog's philosophy. At the heart of the hedgehog's defense is its unique musculature. Primarily, we're talking about the orbicularis paniculi muscle. This specialized muscle forms a kind of muscular bag that encases the hedgehog's entire body. When contracted, it pulls the skin and, crucially, all those thousands of spines, tightly around the animal, forming a protective, almost seamless sphere. Think of it like a drawstring bag rapidly tightening. This rapid transformation is key to their survival in the wild, turning soft, vulnerable flesh into a prickly fortress in an instant. A hedgehog's spines aren't just stiff hairs, they're remarkable pieces of biological engineering. Each spine is hollow, lightweight, and incredibly strong, made of keratin, the same material as your fingernails. They're rooted in a strong muscular sheath that allows them to be raised or lowered independently. This means the hedgehog can adjust the density and angle of its spiky armor. Unlike porcupine quills, hedgehog spines don't detach easily, providing a more permanent shield rather than a deterrent by leaving spines behind. It's a passive but highly effective form of biological armor. Just like humans lose baby teeth, young hedgehogs go through a process called aquilling. This is when their soft baby spines are replaced by stronger, sharper adult spines. It can be a bit uncomfortable for them, making them extra grumpy and sensitive. They shed and regrow spines throughout their lives, but this initial quilling phase is the most dramatic. Imagine going through a growth spurt, but instead of growing taller, you're just growing new, pointy body parts. It's essential for maintaining their defensive capabilities. While we might project human thoughts onto them, a hedgehog's curling response is largely instinctive. It's not a conscious decision-making process where they weigh pros and cons. It's a hardwired reflex, triggered by perceived threats, a sudden noise, a shadow, or the smell of a predator. This reflex is incredibly fast, allowing them to react almost instantly. This lack of conscious deliberation is both a strength, ensuring speed, and a weakness, as it means they might curl up in situations where it's not the most effective strategy, or even makes things worse. For many predators, a curled hedgehog presents a unique challenge. Foxes, badgers, and owls are common threats. A fox might try to roll the hedgehog into water or off a ledge to expose its soft underside. A badger, with its powerful claws, might attempt to unroll it. While the spines are formidable, they aren't impenetrable. Persistent predators can exploit gaps, or simply wait the hedgehog out. The curl is a deterrent, buying time, but it's rarely a guaranteed escape against a determined, hungry adversary. Despite their spiky exterior, hedgehogs have vulnerable spots. Their face and undersides are soft and unprotected. Predators have learned this. A badger, for instance, has strong enough claws to try and pry open a hedgehog's tight curl. Foxes might gently nudge the hedgehog, looking for a break in the armor, or try to flip it over. Some cunning predators use their teeth to apply pressure to the edges, attempting to force an opening. The hedgehog relies on the predator giving up due to the difficulty, but often, the most persistent or specialized predators prevail. The roll-and-wait strategy works best when a predator is easily intimidated or has other food options. But if a predator is desperate or clever, the hedgehog's waiting game can backfire. Staying curled consumes energy, and prolonged stress weakens the animal. Sometimes, a hedgehog will uncurl too early, thinking the coast is clear, only for the predator to pounce again. It's a high-stakes gamble, and while it saved countless hedgehogs, it also means many still become a meal. It's a classic example of evolution providing a good, but not perfect, solution. Now, let's shift gears from the wild to the wonderfully weird world of domestic hedgehogs. In a home, predators are usually absent, but the instinct to curl remains. This leads to some truly hilarious and sometimes concerning situations. Instead of deterring a fox, they might be trying to defend against a curious cat, a vacuum cleaner, or even their own food bowl. The rigid, instinctive response means they can get stuck in places they really shouldn't, turning a safe haven into an obstacle course of comical proportions. One of the most common and amusing domestic fails is the food bowl fiasco. A hedgehog, startled by its owner or perhaps the clatter of a kibble bag, curls up inside its food bowl. Suddenly, what was a delicious meal becomes an impenetrable, spiky lid. The hedgehog is safe, yes, but also now unable to eat. The owner then has to gently coax the little ball out, or wait for it to decide that the threat, its dinner, has passed. It's a perfect example of an instinct designed for survival creating an utterly impractical situation in a new environment. Then there are the stairway surprises. A hedgehog, startled while exploring, might curl up on a step. Being a perfect sphere, it might then, quite unintentionally, roll down a flight of stairs. Thankfully, their spines offer a good degree of padding, so serious injury is rare, but the sight of a sentient, spiky bowling ball tumbling downwards is undeniably hilarious for observers, and probably a little disorienting for the hedgehog. It's a testament to their robust design, but also a funny consequence of an inflexible defense mechanism in a multi-level home. Another classic domestic dilemma, the bathtub blunder. Sometimes, during bath time or just exploring, a hedgehog might curl up in a slippery, empty tub. Its smooth, spiky surface and lack of traction make it impossible for it to uncurl and climb out. It just spins in place, an adorable, helpless, spiky Roomba. Owners often find their pet in this predicament, requiring a gentle rescue. It's a scenario that perfectly encapsulates the irony: a defense mechanism designed for protection ends up trapping the animal in a benign, yet inescapable, environment. For owners, the great uncurling challenge is real. When a hedgehog is tightly balled up, it can be almost impossible to pick up or move without gloves. And even then, it's a delicate operation. You can try coaxing it with treats, or patiently waiting, but you're always at the mercy of its instinct. This can be frustrating when you just need to clean its cage or check on it. It's a hilarious power dynamic where the tiny, defensive ball holds all the cards, dictating the pace of interaction with its human caretakers. While the curl is iconic, it's not their only defense. Hedgehogs also have excellent hearing and a keen sense of smell, which they use to detect threats early and attempt to avoid confrontation entirely. If caught off guard, beyond curling, they can also perform a surprising jump or try to burrow quickly. These are secondary tactics, often deployed when the curl isn't fully effective or to make a quick escape. So, while the ball is their go-to, they do have a few other tricks up their spiky sleeves, showing they're not entirely one-trick ponies. Let's crunch some numbers on their amazing defense. A single hedgehog can boast anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 spines, and some larger species even more. These spines are not static, each one can be independently raised or lowered thanks to tiny muscles. And their life expectancy? Up to 5 to 7 years in the wild, which means that defense mechanism has to work over thousands of encounters. In captivity, with fewer predators, they can live even longer, often 4 to 6 years, showing the direct impact of predator pressure on survival rates. So, while a hedgehog's curling defense is a marvel of biomechanical engineering, it's far from infallible, especially when faced with clever predators or the bizarre realities of domestic life. It's a defense mechanism that, like all natural adaptations, is a compromise, effective enough for survival, but not perfect. And honestly, it's those imperfections, those funny failures in a human world, that make hedgehogs so utterly endearing. They remind us that even the best-laid plans of tiny, spiky creatures can sometimes go hilariously awry. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the spiky world of hedgehog defenses, both in the wild and in our homes. Their unique blend of ancient instinct and modern-day comedic blunders makes them truly special creatures. If you learned something new or had a good laugh, hit that like button, subscribe for more animal science, and tell us in the comments, what's your favorite hedgehog fail story? Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.